that the Duke's people have swept in. They're overturning chests and ripping out their contents. They scatter across the floor letters from popes, letters from the scholars of Europe, from Utrecht, from Paris, from Santiago de Compostela, from Erfurt, from Strasbourg, from Rome. They're packing his Gospels and taking them for the king's libraries. The texts are heavy to hold in the arms and awkward as if they breathed. Their pages are made of slump vellum from stillborn calves, reveined by the illuminator in tints of lapis and leaf green. They take down the tapestries and leave the bare blank walls. They're rolled up his wooden monarchs, Solomon and Sheba. As they're brought into coiled proximity, their eyes are filled by each other, and their tiny lungs breathe in the fibre of bellies and thighs. Down come the cardinal's hunting scenes, the scenes of secular pleasure, the sportive peasants splashing in ponds, the stags at bay, the hounds in cry, the spaniels held on leashes of silk, and the mastiffs with their collars of spikes, the huntsmen with their studded belts and knives, the ladies on horseback with jaunty caps, the rush-fringed pond, the mild sheep at pasture, and the bluish feathered treetops running away into a long plumed distance to a scene of chalky bluffs and white sailing sky. The cardinal looks at the scavengers as they go about their work and says, "Have we refreshments for our visitors?" In the two great rooms that adjoin the gallery, they've set up trestle tables. Each trestle is 20 feet long and they're bringing up more. In the gilt chamber, they've laid out the cardinal's gold plate, his jewels and precious stones, and they're deciphering his inventories and calling out the weight of the plate. In the council chamber, they're stacking his silver and parcel gilt. Because everything is listed down to the last dent of pan from the kitchens, they've put baskets under the tables so they can throw in any item unlikely to catch the eye of the king. Sir William Gascoigne, the cardinal's treasurer, is moving constantly between the rooms, preoccupied, talking, directing the attention of the commissioners to any corner, any press or chest that he thinks they might have overlooked. And behind him trots George Cavendish, the cardinal's gentleman usher. His face is raw and open with dismay. They bring out the cardinal's vestments, his copes, stiff with embroidery, strewn with pearls, encrusted with gemstones. They seem to stand up by themselves. The raiders knock down each one as if they're knocking down Thomas Becket. They itemize it, and having reduced it to its knees and broken its spine, they toss it into their travelling crates. George Cavendish flinches. "For God's sake, gentlemen, line those chests with a double thickness of cambric. Would you shred the fine work that has taken nuns a lifetime?" He turns. "Master Cromwell, do you think we can get these people out before dark?" "Only if we help them," he says. "If it's got to be done, we can make sure they do it properly." This is an indecent spectacle. The man who has ruled England, reduced. They've brought out bolts of fine holland, velvet and grogan, sarcenet and taffeta, scarlet by the yard, the scarlet silk in which he braves the summer heat of London, the crimson brocades that keep his blood warm when snow falls on Westminster and whisks in sleety eddies over the Thames. In public, the cardinal wears red. Just red, but in various weights, various weaves, various degrees of pigment and dye, but all of them the best of their kind, the best red that can be got for money. There have been days when, swaggering out, he would say, "Right, Master Cromwell, price me by the yard." And he would say, "Let me see," and walk slowly around the cardinal, and saying, "May I?" he would pinch a sleeve between an expert forefinger and thumb, and standing back he would view him to estimate his girth. Year on year the cardinal expands, and so come up with a figure. The cardinal would clap his hands, delighted. Let the begrudgers behold us. On. His procession would form up, his silver crosses, his sergeants at arms with their axes of gilt. But the cardinal went nowhere in public without a procession. So, day by day, and to amuse him, he would put a value on his master. And now the king has sent an army of clerks to do it. But he would like to take away their pence by force and write across their inventories, "Thomas Wolsey is a man beyond price."